Hello, my name is Sebbi and welcome back to the coffee break in Minecraft. Today is Wednesday, November 20th, 2024. I finished my report of the first full day in Florence, so today I like to cover the second full day in Florence and most likely also the last day in Florence. But first I need to feed the very hungry cat. It is time for a cod again. So let's grab that fish and hand it to that cat. Alright, cat seems to enjoy that cod. Very nice indeed. So far, no creepers around, just this zombie down there wearing an enchanted leather helmet. Salmon are happy. Bees are industrious. Endermen are stealing my dirt. Everything as usual. That's good. That's very good. Alright, the second full day in Florence started with a nice run. I did again this big loop I discovered, but before I got to that loop I decided, okay, it is still early in the morning, there are not many people about, so why not first run towards Ponte Vecchio to also cross Ponte Vecchio while running. So now I do have a tracked run that goes over the Ponte Vecchio. That's cool. Of course I could have also extended my run toward the center of Florence and could have included running around the Cathedral Santa Maria del Fiore or something like that, but it wouldn't have been that nice, I guess, to do this, because there were still quite a bunch of people out already. There were the taxi and some delivery vans and so on. So in the end it would have been, I guess, more of a nuisance than really an enjoyment. In this case I decided, after I traversed the Ponte Vecchio, alright, let's continue along the river to get back to that big loop. Did that big loop again. Really nice start into the day. After returning to the Airbnb, I went to the nearby pastry bakery, pasticcia or something like this they call it. Had a good selection of pastry in the morning, had some good coffee in the morning, to really get ready for the continuation of my exploration of Florence. The first destination was to get back to the Cathedral Santa Maria del Fiore, as I wanted to also get into the main hall of that cathedral. The first day I was inside the main hall just for a short moment to then reach the staircase leading up to the cupola. This day I wanted to also get inside of that church. I had to stand in quite a long queue, but the queue moved rather quickly, so I think in the end it was like 20 minutes of waiting or so. not great, but could have been worse. Could have been definitely worse. So yeah, that was good. Getting in there, first getting my backpack, my little bag, over the shoulder bag scanned. They were basically in every museum. They had some metal detectors or whatever scanners. It was a little bit like getting through security at the airport or so. So yeah, I was checked a couple of times while I wasn't in Florence. Got into the cathedral finally. It was really beautiful. However, the biggest highlight of the cathedral is, at least to my opinion, the outside, the beautiful facade, the entire architecture from the outside, and of course the dome, including the fantastic, the amazing painting at the ceiling of the dome, and getting on top of that dome. It's the, I guess, world's largest dome made out of bricks. That's also a very important thing, that the dome is constructed out of bricks. I think it's definitely one of the largest, if not the largest in the world. So that's super cool. And those two things were, I guess, the most exciting things about the cathedral. Of course, there was also the big bell tower and a small little baptistry or something like this. I wanted to get in there the day before, but then it was already closed. So don't have first-hand experience with that little building. But yeah, the entire, everything around it, the entire complex, what was the most interesting part. But getting into the main part of the church was, I felt, the part that was the least impressive of all the elements. Sure, they had kind of big columns. They had some colorful windows, but seemed not as impressive as other big cathedrals or so. Of course, looking up to the ceiling at the dome was still super impressive, seeing this magnificent painting. But I had a much closer look the day before, so it felt cool. It felt really nice, but not as impressive as I guess it would have been the other way around if I first would have entered the church, the cathedral, before climbing up to that dome. Anyways, I found the inside of the cathedral not as spectacular as I hoped for. Maybe I was also a little bit influenced or expected a little bit too much from having visited some other Gothic cathedrals in France. They are also super cool, or even in Germany, with their super big columns, their arches and so on, their colorful windows. So overall, it did not impress me that much. Well, where I was really surprised still, I must say, the cathedral was one of the most cool things of that entire journey. But yeah, this was nice. So I went through there. They also had in the basement some of the remnants of a church cathedral that stood there before the new cathedral was constructed. So this was also a nice walk into the past, a nice journey into the past, taking a look at what the remnants were, and yeah, just seeing another small little exhibition. So really nice. Once I completed the cathedral, I continued on to another very cool looking church, the Santa Croce church. It has a similar facade to the cathedral, also white and black, and really beautiful. So really was impressed by it. It was also, I guess, some part of a monastery or something like this. So yeah, getting into the church was really nice. Also, the Santa Croce is a place where lots of famous people from the past are buried and have their big, huge monuments or very impressive looking stone slabs at the floor of the church that mark their spot where they're buried. And this was super cool. So it had really an interesting look. It was also nice to see how many people have been buried there. The interior was, to my feeling, a little bit more impressive than the interior of the Santa Maria del Fiore. So yeah, I was really amazed by that church. That was really cool. And I was also surprised at first from the outside. I thought, okay, it looks really like a big church, but it was even bigger than I anticipated due to the extended part of, or the extension with the monastery. Walking through there was kind of interesting, seeing some other small little church place inside. And yeah, overall, this was really an impressive place I can recommend to visit. As the entire Santa Croce expedition took longer than anticipated, I got kind of hungry. I said I had only pastry in the morning. That's not really satisfying for a long time. I wonder how the Italian people survive on just single pastry. Not quite sure how this works. Oi! Also not quite sure what this guy wants. And yeah, so I first wanted to go to a vegetarian trattoria I saw in the vicinity of the place of my Airbnb. Unfortunately, they hadn't opened at the time as I got there, around lunchtime. I think they only opened in the evening. So since I was kind of close to the pizza place I was the day before, I thought, okay, this pizza was delicious. I'm hungry now. I don't want to look around for other places to eat. I want to get food and then carry on to the next place I like to visit. So went again to the pizza place. The owner recognized me, asked how I'm doing, and we had a nice chat. So this was really nice. I can fully recommend this pizza place. Pizzium, it's called Pizzium. Anyways, it's magnificent. It's delicious. Very nice, very nice. The owner is cool. Everyone inside is nice. They play good music. It's really a bright and happy interior design. So I was enjoying it. I was really enjoying it. I was happy to get there again. After I had buffalo mozzarella pizza and an espresso, I was ready again to continue on my expedition. The owner exactly recommended what my goal was, or my next goal was. So this was a nice coincidence. The next destination was the Michelangelo Square, which is a little bit outside and on the opposite side of the river to the center of Florence. From there, you have a very, very great view all over the entire city of Florence. In contrast to the view from the cupola, you also see the cathedral from the outside, which makes it super cool. And it's really a great spot. I really enjoyed standing there, watching the city. It was also very calm and sunny and warm, so it was really a very cozy place. And yeah, this was super nice. I stood there for quite some time, just taking in the view, enjoying the scenery, enjoying the atmosphere. Really recommended to get up there to get a view of everything. So yeah, after I thought, okay, I want to see more, I continued on to the, I think it's called Palazzo Pitti. I think it's called Palazzo Pitti. In that palazzo, in that palace, is the Galleria Palatina, as well as the Galleria d'Arte Moderna, the Tesoro di Granducci, oh dear, and the Museo della Mode e del Costume. Costume? I can't pronounce Italian language. Anyways, inside of that gallery, inside of that museum, is a very, very nice exhibition of the all the art that was done at the ages of the Medici, of the modern arts, as well as some from some recent and former dresses and so on. So yeah, this was really nice to also see the fashion from back in the days and from today and so on. Unfortunately, the Galleria Palatina, the one with the most beautiful art and with the most beautiful decorations at the ceiling of the room. So even the palazzo itself, the palace itself, was really fantastic. In that part of the museum, they had a big sign like pictures only allowed for personal or scholarly use. No videos allowed. So couldn't really record videos in there. I decided, however, to record some videos of me standing inside of the beautiful rooms. I'm not quite sure if the quality works out, if this looks cool, but I tried to basically record myself, and accidentally there's some magnificent background in the video. But yeah, I have to see when I'm doing the editing of the video if this is cool or not cool. But yeah, this was really impressive. The ceilings were nice, the paintings were impressive, everything was cool. The fashion museum was also interesting, was nice to see. As I got to the modern arts part, they were also cool. It was also a very, very nice part of the museum. But I was already kind of full with culture and with impressions from all that. So I decided to, well, I don't decided anything. I just went through, but I think I was at my maximum capacity for that day with respect to art. So it was a little bit challenging, but yeah, very cool, very nice. So this was then the end of a full day of exploration. Went home to the Airbnb to relax a little bit before then going out to a different trattoria. Also very delicious place. Had some... Seriously. Oh man, these stupid Endermen. How did they do this? Why do they place a stupid block of dirt in the tower? I had some pasta with some dried truffle pieces on top of it at the first course, and at the second course I had some eggplant slices baked in an oven with some mozzarella. This was also delicious. And finally, I had some basically creme brulee as dessert. So very nice evening. I spoke a little bit to the neighbors that were sitting right adjacent to me about what they are doing. They were from Italy, but they came from a different town. We're also doing the tourist part, so they were also impressed by Florence. It was cool to share experiences, share moments, share impressions, to learn a little bit about the Italian culture. So this was nice. Also nice. And yeah, so another huge day of exploring Florence came to an end. As I woke up the next day, the last day, had half of a day left. One thing which was also very, very nice, my host informed me the day before that instead of, as requested, to check out at 10 a.m., there were no follow-up guests in that Airbnb. So she informed me I can stay in there for as long as I like and to not be in the need of carrying around my backpack or so. Well, I was really grateful for that because this gave me the opportunity to finally, after having had my morning run and once again a breakfast in the nearby cafe, to explore the Palazzo Vecchio. I wanted to go into this palace all the time, but apparently there was some G7 meeting happening in Florence while I was there, and it was of course happening inside of the Palazzo Vecchio, so the Palazzo Vecchio was closed for the entire time while I was there. Well, only the last day, but it was available for the public again. I was also thinking a little bit about, as I saw all the presence of police and military and ambulances and so on. All right, guys, is it really fair and necessary that if you are a potential target, you do your meeting in the middle of a super hot spot for tourists? So if you're hit by someone, then the tourists are hit as well. That's not fair. But anyways, I was happy that I could enter the Palazzo Vecchio the last day, and wow, I was totally amazed by the main hall. I think it's called the Hall of the 500 or something like that. Absolutely stunning, absolutely impressive how huge this hall is, how beautiful, how magnificent the art inside this hall is, how beautiful the ceilings look like. I think this might be also a project for the coffee break world to construct some palace-like structure like that here, but not so close to this area, as I guess it will just dominate everything. Maybe somewhere behind the Hall of Sports or so, or somewhere behind the museum, that I can have a big palace back there. But yeah, this was super impressive. This was really nice. Also walking through the rest of the palazzo, seeing all the exhibitions, seeing all the art was super cool. I was really amazed by a room that featured some maps of Europe and some other part of the world. How to really see, okay, this is the map. I was really amazed by the map of Germany that already featured well-known towns. This was cool to really recognize it, but at the same time to also see, okay, that's how you created that map without satellite imagery or anything like that. And some spots were kind of accurate, others were a little bit off. So that was also nice to see what they did with their maps. So yeah, really amazed by the palazzo, by all the art that was put to display in there, by all the very well decorated rooms. As I completed the palazzo, it was around shortly after 11 a.m. or so. So I had to get back to the Airbnb, grab my backpack, slowly make it to the tram station, to then take the tram line to the airport, get through security, which was kind of annoying, as they had some diagrams like please put laptop and so on in a separate box and so on, but there were no information about, hey, please remove your belt or anything like this. Normally, I mean, when there's so much about having their diagrams, I expected them that they meant it that way. And then wanted to go through that detector and then to remove my belt. Subsequently, I had to remove my shoes. So I had some flames in my eyes as I looked at them, because it was just another nuisance going through the stupid security. But anyways, the rest of the journey was alright. Had a good flight home. The train ride was okayish, and so I returned home after some very, very nice days in Florence. And now, a couple days later, after I enjoyed some very warm fall weather, we have it kind of rainy. It's a mixture between rain and snow. It's windy. So it's a strong contrast to the weather in Florence. But yeah, those are my experiences from Florence. I can fully recommend to travel to that city, to explore it for a couple of days. Very delicious food, very interesting, very exciting, very cool buildings, very beautiful city. And yeah, I guess that's about it. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you are joining me next time. Until then, my name is Sebbi. See you!